Alrighty, here we go. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to turn the paint shaker on. I took a little more time and I took some tape and wrapped around the heads. I cleaned the heads off a little with this thing right here. This little, I don't know what these rubber wheels are for, probably cleaning gaskets of some sort, but I took them and cleaned them up and made it look really nice. I've got it cleaned up now. Now I'm going for it. We're on the same day. Happy New Year. So I got some, hoping it's still good. It's been a while since I used it. I got some full epoxy primer sealer. So me and Jolene had a big discussion in bed just a couple nights ago about epoxy sealer. And this is what I use epoxy for. I use epoxy for something that I'm not going to sand and seal paint job. So epoxy, what I use epoxy for, so I'm going to do the engine, I'm going to paint the engine. I want to put something on it so the paint or the whatever I paint the engine with, it adheres to the engine and it seals it all off. That stuff seals it all off. There's anything that's, I have no idea. Self-adhesion. So what I'm saying is if I use that, I don't have to sand it to paint it. Now if I was going to paint a car and I had primer on it and I had a different color paint on it and I had whatever, I would use that to spray a coat over the whole car. I wouldn't sand it, I would paint it, so I would seal it. I find that some people, or not some people, but to think that you're going to strip your car down in bare metal and then seal it kind of doesn't make sense to me, because if you have any body work to do, you're going to have to scratch your sealer up and you'll sand your sealer off when you're doing your body work. So if you put body fill over top of your sealer, you're going to have to scratch it all up again. And besides that, when you sand your body fill, you're going to knock all of your sealer off. A sealer, to me, is when you're done to seal it. Not to strip it down to bare metal then seal it. When you're stripping it down, that's when you do your work and you use your primer and that sort of stuff. If you have metal showing, if you have a little bit of paint showing, you want to seal it so from when you paint it, it's all one playing field. I hope. But you use it for what you want. I use it for what I want. And let's face it, it is made for a certain situation that somebody has come into. That's what it's made for. Sealer, that stuff is that's not old school. That is made for something has happened that didn't work out right. So basically what I'm thinking is the old paint, some new primer. When they painted it, they had a problem because something happened with the reaction with something. Well, then they come up with this stuff called a sealer. Let's seal it all so nothing happens, basically. And that's where the confusion comes in my opinion. That's called my belly button. Happy New Year! Jolene looks amazing today. Amazing. We got the engine clean. We went over it quite a bit. I went to work on it, you know what I mean? When you're going to clean an engine, you go for it. You go for it. I used whatever I could use. I went for it. No pressure washer, no nothing. I just used my old, what's that called? Armstrong stuff. I went for it. I scrubbed it. I beat it with the die grinder. I hit it with the wire wheel. I did what I had to do to get it cleaned. And I got it clean. I took and taped off the aluminum heads on it because I'm going to keep the aluminum heads. I kind of like that. So we're going to open this bad boy up. So we all know that if you use body fill, that means that you scratch the surface. You would never want to seal a car and not scratch it and put body filler on. No, you would want to scratch it and have something to adhere to. So to strip a car down to bare metal and then seal it, not the case for me. I don't do that. But you can if you like. You go right ahead. What I have to do is, I thought I had a stick around here somewhere, probably. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this sealer up, the primer sealer, And it's basically, I'm putting it on, or I'm using it for, and because, where's that stick at? Do I have a stick over here? Come on, Chad. All right, this stuff is mixed. It says right on the back, let's put my old glasses on. It says on the back, 2 to 1. Let's find 2 to 1 on this old can here. 2 to 1, 2 to 1. All right, there's 2 to 1 right there. See 2 to 1? So, if I mix that one, if I go to that 1, that's 2. And then I go to that 1, that means it's 1. Let's it's not very much. Let's do that. I want to shove the stick in it though, see if it's stirred up. It's stirred up. So, as we say, it says 2 to 1 in the back. It says 2 to 1 on this cup. So I'm going to fill it to the 1. I'm going to set it down. Let's take a look. And this is how you make it. 2 to 1. There's 1. I wonder if I need... Probably won't need... See, if I go to 2, that means I would go 2 with the hardener. So 2 to 1 is so 2 with the epoxy and 1 of the hardener. So I just don't know if I need that much. Yeah, I'm going to need that much. We'll put it in there. What the hey. Probably wished I didn't in the end. But anyways, there's the 2 for the epoxy, and it's 1 of the hardener. Be careful. Do not mix this stuff up. You can have a very bad issue with this if you start mixing this up with epoxy and etch primer. Epoxy and etch primer is 2 different things. They have different hardeners. They don't compat with each other. You have to use one or the other. Oh, I'm going to, what's going on there now? Okay, so we got 2 on the epoxy side, so we're going to go 2 for the hardener, which will make it 2 to 1. Beautiful. That should be enough to, all I'm going to do is put a coat on the engine. And that way there, I will have primed it. And I will not have to sand it. And I will have sealed it. I thought that was funny. So some of all this product is made for a reason, you know. It's not, and nothing's really changed, I don't think, but it's all made for a reason, and the reason being is it's to seal something up. You generally don't paint bare metal, and it's not good to paint something that has old paint with some primer and all that stuff showing. So what they do is they make this stuff to put it on to seal the whole job. You do not have to sand it, and then you are allowed to paint it. This stuff is very strong. I am going to probably put a mask on when I spray it. I'm just going to open the back door there. I'm going to pull that forward a little bit. I'm just going to run this out. I got a little bit of thinner in the old paint gun. I'm going to open the back door up. We're in Canada! Beautiful day out. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful. Every once in a while I put my finger over the end of the gun, kind of pushes stuff back up through. Oh yeah, did I tell you Jolie's looking amazing today? Whoop whoop! Touch me, honey, touch me. Alright, we're just going to do that right there. Put that on there. And all we're going to do is put some epoxy on the engine. Like I said, is to seal it up. Have a little primer on it. We do not have to sand it. We can just paint it. I think I'm going to go old school on the engine part. What I mean by old school is I'm going to leave the aluminum heads. I think I've never had an aluminum head engine before. I've never had an aluminum head engine. This is my first, so I want to leave them. I'm going to clean them up and we'll just paint the engine, and we'll paint the oil pan and that sort of stuff. But this is what we're going to do. Oh, do you see that now? Joey just laughed at me. That wasn't what I wanted to do. But anyways, all right, let's start again. It happens. It happens. And all I have to do is smile. If I do not smile, it could ruin my day. Can it, baby? Yep. Alrighty, let's do it again. Let's just leave that there. We're priming the table. We want to keep the table primed. Oh, damn it. Huh? Anyways, we'll dump that in there. That's what we'll do. We'll dump that in there. I'm going to take the stick. I'm going to take my rag that I had. I'm going to clean that out again. Damn it! Clean that mess up in a bit. Here we will. So, someone wasn't watching. That's what happened. Now I have to do it again to make sure everybody knows what's going on. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to lay that. Yeah, I'm going to lay that down there. Can't do nothing but just go with it. That's all I can do is go with it. So we're going to do it again. Do it again. So we're going to go to 2. If I didn't have any left, that's when I could have lost my patience. But I have some, and it's been a while since I used it. I don't use it very much. This epoxy, I don't use it very much unless, we're painting a car. In the end, we have some, issues. And then I'll use it. But other than that, I'm not using it all the time. I don't buy big bunches of it. It's very costly, this stuff. It's very costly. Let's dump her in before I spill it. Alrighty, there we go. Now, I'm going to put the cover back on the container. Let's do that. Put the cover back on the hardener. We'll just use the little mat. Jolene's got a mask there, and I'm going to use this mask. We're going to spray it at low pressure. Got the door open there. Got the new wiring harness. Very happy about that. We're going to pull the engine ahead. All the fumes can go out the door. We only got a little bit to spray. We're going to spray it at low pressure. If it'll catch and get caught, it will. Low pressure. This is what I'm going to do, low pressure. Don't care if it gets texture. Don't care. And the reason being is that it's quite rough anyways. First time you ever heard low pressure out of Chad Hiltz, I betcha. Huh? First time you heard low pressure out of Chad Hiltz. And I used whatever I had to use to get this done. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You do what you have to do. This stuff is not, as you think you want to use this stuff and spend money on this stuff is not nice to sand. It does not sand does not sand good at all. So remind yourself, when you think you want to use epoxy, it does not sand very good. You'll find out when you use it. And I'm going to go to the other side. Thanks, sweetheart. Jolene's moving the light for me. She's such a darling. She's a darling. Just kind of spraying it on lightly. I'll take the oil filter off after I spray it. Just doing no big fumes going on. Just kind of sprinkling it on. You know, just kind of covering things up. I took a die grinder and everything else to this engine. Yes, I did. I'm gonna go back here and spray underneath the oil pan. This kind of stuff, you have to spray it from every direction. Every direction. This is sticky stuff. And I say it's good for the stuff that you need to get done. Yes, it is. It's good for what you need it for, but to me, that block should be done again, you know. And if I do not like something that I see, what I'm epoxying right now, I can go over it again and clean it again and epoxy it again. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Stinky stuff. Oh. Never covered that. I wished I did. Woo. Forgot to tape one up right here. Just want to wipe it off. I'm going to take a little bit of tape. Just going to stick it on like that. Hopefully it stays. It should stay. That's how I do the low pressure thing. Just squeeze the hose. One extreme to another, I know, but I do what needs to be done in the time I need to do it. Stinky, isn't it? Huh? Stinky! Not me, the epoxy. I'm only stinky at nighttime. That's not true. Sometimes I stink during the day. I see why the needle gun is needed. Wow, that thing's rough in places. Alrighty. What do you think, sweetheart? Looking all right? Looking good? You're looking good, baby. You're looking good. And this has a lifetime, you know, of like 3 days or something like that. If it's any longer than that, you have to come in and sand it or reapply it. I'm thinking that I'm liking what I got. I have nothing else that I want to epoxy, I don't think. Yeah, see a little bit right here I can get. On an old engine, you want to go all the way, different ways, one way back and forth. Thinking we got her. I got some up on that pulley I'm going to get on the front. Didn't get the pulley off and didn't mess with it. It's funny, you know, thought I had it all, I come back and look, and there's something missed. It's good. Whole wheat shred is. Yeah, I'm just going to dump it. I'm just going to dump it. Got a little tiny bit left. Just not going to go for it. I don't need it. Gonna get some thinner. Clean up the gun. Get the sand in your chassis, you know, eh? Huh? Gotta paint that soon. Make it look like something. Car's looking good, eh? Good. Looks good. Cleaning an engine, that sort of thing, or doing something like that. Yeah, you can make it last all day if you want to, but why would you? You know, get supper, put the dishes in the sink, get the dishes done, then you get to do what you want to do. If you want to make it last all day, go for it. But generally, if the quicker you do it, the harder you work, the quicker it gets done, then you can go do another something else. You know what I mean? You don't have to, you know, prolong something like that. Just go for it. Really get at it, you know? There's no, what can I say? Yeah, don't make it last any longer than it has to. If you have to clean the engine, get on it, get it done. It's something that has no brain work. Just go for it. To me, it doesn't anyways. That's how I feel about cleaning an engine. I just feel like you go for it, you get it done, you get it over with, and you move on. If you do not, you prolong the process, and all you do is, prolong the process. That's all that happens. When did I paint a red car last? Me neither. But I got red paint, and this paint done, mate. Did I paint red last? Not sure. took the dash down last night. We'll actually do that on this video. How's that? We're going to do that on this video. Paint gun clean. Not spending no more time on that. Got it done. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wash my hands at the same time. I'm dirty. Just wash that off. Just no. Put that on the ground. Good enough for that. Kind of made a mess there with the epoxy, but that's what happens in the old shop sometimes, right? Covers on tight. That's for next time. And I will not use much of that again, you know, unless we do a whole car, and then I will do something with it. Alrighty. Let's do this. I got this piece over here. I'm gonna do something with it. I'm just not sure yet. It has cracked glass in the front. That's why I took it apart. And I took it apart down the house last night, sitting in the bedroom. Me and Jolene sitting in the bedroom, and I said, I'm gonna go up there and pull this thing apart. And I had to come up to the shop 4 times. 4 times for a screwdriver. 4 times. Crazy, wasn't it, baby? I was getting annoyed, wasn't I? 4 times for a damn old screwdriver. Reason being is, first I come down, the screwdriver was not small enough. The second time I come down, when I bring the screwdriver down, the screwdriver was broke at the tip and it would not turn it. Third time I come down, when I got the screwdriver fixed, I come up and ground it and fixed it. And then the screwdriver turned inside the handle, believe it or not. It did. It did. And then the 4th time, I come up and fixed the one I had and went for it. Anyways, I got her. This is what I'm going to do. I want to put this in something, and I want to put some stripper on it. I'm going to shut that door. Engine doesn't look bad, does it, baby? Engine doesn't look bad. Alrighty. Doesn't have anything I can dump that on there, do I? You think I put that in? Ooh, nah. I'm just looking for something to put that in and put some stripper on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. There's a little brush of some sort. I had a little brush here, I thought. Thought I did. You know what thought did? There it is. Alrighty. Okay. Got this little thing here. Didn't do so good, but anyways. Just want to dump some stripper on this. Jeez. paint stripper. Used to use a lot of this as a young person. I would find antiques and strip them down, and then I would sell them. So, as we're doing something else, the stripper will knock the paint off of that. We'll wait, and then we'll strip it down to nothing, and then we'll make something out of it. I'm not sure, but I might, this is what I might do. I might knock these out, these 3 rows here, and put a mirror in there. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But anyways, little paint stripper. I use everything for everything. Alrighty. Got the motor epoxied. Kind of spilt the first little bit because I don't know why, but I did. I might want to use this again, so I'll just rub it out. Rub it out. Just thinner my gun. Get another rag, and then we'll clean it out better. You watch that stuff, it'll make that paint curdle up, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it. It'll eat that paint after a bit. You can see it right there, starting to lift it. You can see it right there, lifting it. And then we'll sand it down, and then we'll make something out of it. Also, when I was sitting in the car, you know, sometimes I daydream, sit in the car, Elvis, sit in there. The steering wheel is perfectly shaped the same as the dash. If you know what I'm saying, the steering wheel is cut at the top, and it's got a V in it, and it perfectly, when I look in it, it's got the perfect V as the dash has. You can see that curdling off. You can watch it knock it off. See there? Oh. Yeah. Generally it does a better job when you're not getting back into it, but I just had to touch that. And the engine is looking good. Looking good. I've got it everywhere, I think. Looks good. Awesome. Moving forward. That's what I like, moving forward. Sometimes I don't like going backwards, that's for sure. I don't think anybody does, to be honest with you. And what we'll do is we'll wipe that off, get the paint off it, sand it, and then see what I can do with it. You know, I'm either going to I'm going to do something with it because that's the dash for the car. There was a nice buddy sent in a picture of what he did to his dash, and I liked it. He cut the top of the thing right off, and he put his own instruments in it and did a good job on it. I've cut the instrument, or not the instruments, I cut the panel on the top of it out, and the radio and that sort of stuff. I deleted all that stuff. I'm not sure if I want to go the extra step and do that right now. I think I'll just play with something like that. Maybe, we'll see. He took this piece off right here on the top of the steering wheel. Right there, he took that round part off and made it go straight all the way across, and then put his own instruments in it. It really looked good. I liked it. I've deleted the radio and the heater and all that sort of stuff. Left this box here. I might put I've never had a stereo in a car before. Never had a stereo in a car before. I did once buy a stereo, and it got legs and walked away. That's what happened to it. But anyways, I'm getting her one step at a time. Maybe we'll get at Jolene's frame tonight. Maybe we won't, but we're going for it. We're going for it. We'll just keep cruising, don't we, baby? Huh? Keep cruising. Sometimes the stuff... Look at that now, would you? See that? See that come off? Maybe what we can do, if this piece looks nice, maybe we can leave that chrome and paint the piece that's pitted. You know, that's how it goes. I just knocked that off, and I'm coming to realize that it's chrome underneath the whole thing. Where it's pitted was the chrome before, and where it's painted, it's got good chrome by the looks of things. And we'll see. So maybe I can just do it the opposite. See that? Looks nice down there. That's not pitted at all where the paint was, and it's pitted where the chrome was, so maybe we can just do the opposite. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Just put some more on. See what happens. That's all we can. If I sandblasted, I could have ruined it, you know. I might not have noticed, well, I would have known the chrome was there, but we'll go from there. Cool. Looks good. All right, everybody. Have a good one. We're just going to continue on, and I need to use a damn washroom again. Alrighty, Happy New Year. As you can tell, the video earlier on that you're watching, we decided that we wanted to paint it. We epoxied it. Me and Jolene got the paint going. We did it Chev orange first, and we did not like it. We said Elvis does not want a Chev engine in his Ford, so we decided to wipe that color right off the map, and we went with a cast steel look, and I think that'll go good with any color that we put on the car. Basically, the car is going to be hidden underneath the louvers anyways, but that's what we wanted to do. Me and Jolene went and had our breakfast this morning like we always do, and we had our 6-inch egg and cheese with a Subway coffee. I still got my coffee sitting over there, but we wanted to come in and paint the pulley on it, and we had no black paint, so what I did is I went right to the old paint drawer, mixed up some acrylic enamel, just a little tiny bit, and what I'm doing, I'm just applying a little bit of paint on it right this minute. You stick with us, and I'll peel the tape off. We'll see the aluminum heads on it with a little bit of black, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to spray a little bit of paint on it. What I do is I just put it low pressure. Just low, just low enough that it's almost like me singing. I sing so low that you can't hear. That's what I do. And if you haven't got any black spray balm or anything like that, you can just mix up little acrylic enamel and just spray it nice and easy. No big mist anywhere. It's not getting paint on anything. Just kind of doing it this way. Nice and easy. Nice and easy, breezy. It's called control. Just put a little paint on it. We're going to paint the pulleys black, obviously. Cool. That's basically it. No real fumes. Good. We'll just open the door for a second. Just let a little bit of the air out. So you can see right now, I have put the motor mounts on. I bolted them on, and that's how they go on. There's 4 bolts there. They have them there so they're inset. And then this goes over top of it, the mount. I'm hoping that they mount right up. I'm hoping. This is a cast aluminum or cast steel look. You can buy it. I usually do my alternators and starters in that color, but I like the color. Me and Jolene decided last night that's what we're going to do. So that's what we did. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to unmask it for us, see what it looks like. The video is going to show an epoxy. Yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. Something like this where you just paint it. You just want to be careful. Basically, what I'm going to do is just be careful. You can cheat doing this stuff, doing it the way I did it. You know, just masked it up like this. Just stuck a piece of cardboard in front. Not going to hurt anything. I just cut a little thing in it. Ta-da! A little dot under there. Cool. What do you think, baby? Awesome. I'm just going to take my finger and I want to clean my fingers off. So we got the mounts on it. The pulleys are going to be black. What I did with the heads, I had a film on there, and I'm not sure who said it, but there was a film on the heads. I think it might have come from it came from the Spray 9, obviously, but what I'm thinking is the Spray 9 might have been a little rough for the tape that was on there, and it made it took the glue off the tape and put it onto the heads. I have not got the valve pan covers done yet. I might just take them right off and do them whatever color we want in the end. I did not want to take the valve pan covers off right now because I do not want the oil of the inside of the engine appearing as I'm painting. That's all. But we might do something with the valve pan covers after. Jolene looks amazing today. She woke up at 10, boys. She woke up at 10. And I can tell you why, because I seen her get out of bed. Yes, I did. I took a sneak peek. I took a sneak peek. We got some manifolds we're going to probably end up buying for this. I think Jolene found some manifolds for this really reasonable, did you not? Some headers. I think we're looking at not much over $100. I mean, by the time we get them, they will be, but I don't think it was much over $100. And we still got I think it's not very attractive. We got the big manifold that's got to go on it yet. It's not very attractive. We might do something with that, try to make it look a little better. I'm not sure if I like the aluminum against that steel or not. Not sure yet. Once we get the valve pan cover painted with this, but it's really hard to get the aluminum to look really nice. It is. Nice big ball of tape. Stick that over there. So we'll decide what we want to do with the valve pan covers. If we want to paint them cast like the engine, we never know. We like that cast look so much, we might even do the heads themselves. I'm not sure. Sometimes I leave that up to discussion. Me and Jolene can discuss that matter. And that's like we always do. We always discuss everything. Do we not, sweetheart? We always discuss and go over and see if we both like or dislike. I took this thing right here and went over the aluminum heads, and it's just like I don't know, like a rubber kind of deal thing. Rubber roll-off, I guess you would call it, and try to get get it back up again, the aluminum. You can see I got it on the front pretty good. Got it on the base here, clean that off nicely. Don't want to hurt the face of anything, that's for sure. Don't want to hurt the face of anything. My face might hurt once in a while, but yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. basically for me, I think it's it's just the same, just carries on from another year, you know. Basically, I think every day is a repeat myself. You have to repeat full time. I find you do. If not, you forget. Even in this bodywork business, you have to repeat. It's a repeat. As soon as you step off the repeat and forget something, that's when you make a mistake. Basically, that's when you make a mistake. So there you go. She's all unwrapped. I like the cast iron look. I do not like what's going on with the valve pan covers. I don't like that. I think when the intake goes on, a lot of this is going to be hidden, so I'm okay with that look there. I like the look of the head on the front. And the back, so I think it's fine. But when the intake goes on, we'll probably do that black. We'll probably end up doing the valve pan covers in black. We'll pull them off when it comes time. But I like the look of the cast in the black. We don't want to contrast it up a whole bunch, I don't think. But when the intake goes on the center, that is all black. We'll keep that black. We'll leave the heads maybe aluminum, and we'll do the valve pan covers black. So it'll look, and we'll do the pulleys looking black. We'll also do the water pump cast iron, I would say. Would you not? We'll cast iron that, and the only thing you're really going to see is the front of the head, and we got that looking very nice and clean, so we'll probably leave that, and we'll go from there. And basically, we had the Chev Orange on it first. Don't really want a Chev Orange in on Elvis. I think the car is going black. I want it to go black and coral, but we'll see. There was a good suggestion about black and what's that color? Copper. I know what he's talking about. The guy mentioned that because I did a Dodge car that once, and they painted that way. It looked very nice. It was a D500, 1959. It was very nice. But on these Fords, I sort of want to keep as if it could have been, but not, obviously. I think the black and coral will look very nice on that. And if you can picture it, on this car here, I have a piece of stainless that goes through the dash, so I can two-tone the dash. I can have a black and a coral would look very nice. And if you also can picture it, I can do the steering wheel. The steering wheel can be black, and the center with the blue on it that you see could be coral. That could be it would really look sharp with the stainless steel steering column. You can see how the stripper stripped all the paint off that nicely. Yeah, we're going to just have to decide what we're going to do with that. So basically, we're moving straight forward. Me and Jolene are going to take off today. I'm happy that we had a little bit of video done last night. This is the video we're doing for today. You're going to watch it today. This is the video today. But me and Jolene are going to take off for a little drive. We're going to go look at a 50-some Ford. I can remember seeing it many years ago, probably 10 or 15 years ago. I seen it at a car show. And we're going to go take a look at it, I think. Just take a look at it. Nothing set in stone, but he has a few nice old cars. And I just want to go look at it. If I recall right, it's white, like an off-white, like a Ford white. This is a 50s car, and it had flames on it with a flathead in it. It did have a six-pack on it. I think the interior was black and white. I want to go look at it. I just want to go look at it. It's a day off. Well, not a day off, but an early day. We're going to make it. And we're going to run down there and take a look at it. If he'll allow us, we'll make a video of it so you'll get to see it. I think the doorbell or the dog bell has gone off. But anyways, this is where we're at. It's a cast iron. I think I want to paint these. I'm going to paint these black, I think, because of how that looks. We'll take them off and do that. We'll have a black intake, cast iron block with aluminum heads. I think it should look good against any color that we paint the car. I actually think the paint that's underneath the car, it was going to be that coral color and this cast iron color. That's the color he was going to paint the car. When I was first doing it, I think that was what it was going to be, a two-tone silver or a cast color with the core underneath, which would look awesome too. But we'll see what happens. It's fun to do that sort of stuff because it's a quick visual. It's a quick visual to see what's, whether you like it or not, I spent, a couple hours yesterday getting it ready, scrubbing it down and all that sort of stuff. And it's nice to spray it and make it look like something and then visualize how you want it to look. And like I said, I think we're going to go black, keep the cast, and we'll have the black intake on it. We'll do all the pulleys in black. The water pump we'll do in cast. And I think it'll look really good in there. I'm really hoping that the oil pan and the mounts fit in the car. I'm hoping. Fingers, toes, everything crossed. And we could know quite early because I could hook a chain to it and drop it in any time. Once I get the hood off, I could drop it any time and to check it. We'll do the transmission. We'll do that in cast too. We're not going to do it any different color. We'll just do it cast with a black chassis. I still got to take the chassis off or take the body off the car and just go over the chassis a little bit. I have to go over the air ride a little bit because it's still underneath there. Yeah, there's lots to do. But anyways, Happy New Year. And we untaped the engine. We're going to buy some stainless steel headers for this. We'll buy some stainless steel headers for this. And we'll run it out our exhaust coming out the side, so it'll be not a faux exhaust, a true exhaust. It also will save me a little bit of money. And as I'm doing this, you must take your time and think about, or you don't have to if you don't want to, but as I'm doing this, stop and think about like how we made the steering wheel fit the steering column. If I had to take the steering column and sandblast it, paint it, get the top piece chromed, buy a nice wheel, and put it on there, how much money would I have spent? Where I've bought an I Did It steering column, that means I did it. I used their steering column, which is very reasonable to buy a stainless steel steering column. I think it's $129 it was. That's American, not Canadian, but $129. And I took a steering wheel off something that was in a junkyard I probably got for nothing, and I modified it to make it fit. And when I'm done, I will have less money involved all the way around to make something that looks probably twice as nice as, to me, as the original. I'm customizing it. The steering column will be perfectly nice and stainless. The bullet chrome is nice. The chrome on the end of the steering wheel will be nice. I'll have brand new paint on the steering wheel. And it's just something that I can make it look new without spending a bunch of money. That's basically it. You could have, once you sandblast a steering column and you buy the paint for it, you'd probably have just as much money if you bought the new steering column, not counting your time. So to me, when I'm doing things, I try to make it as reasonable as I can, as best I can, like the exhaust. I bought the exhaust because I know running exhaust all the way back, from front to back, is going to cost me more than those. And those are chrome, and they get to hang off the side of the car, and it's kind of, to me, it shows that, you've spent a little bit of money on it, but yet I've saved because I haven't got dual exhaust running all the way back. Basically it. And the LS engine, I think I don't know, for the horsepower, for what it's going to give me, I could not run out and get one built for that. Like I couldn't run out and get a 300 horse engine built for nowhere near what I've spent on that. And we're trying to do it as reasonable as possible and clean as possible. And when it comes to the dash stuff, when I deleted the radio and I deleted the heater box and all that sort of stuff, there's stainless on that or chrome on that. If it's not in real good shape, it doesn't look good to me. Like especially when you have a nice clean paint. And that's the exact same with the door handles. When I deleted the door handles, they were pitted. So basically, I think that's where it's come from, is deleting the door handles. If someone had a set of dirty door handles, they didn't want to send them to get them chrome, spend a bunch of money, so they delete them and paint it to make it a little bit nicer. So I can polish all the stainless, but yet when it comes to that chrome stuff, that's when it costs you a bunch of money because it takes time. I mean, you have to remember, if you've got a pit in something, it's just like doing body work. You have to fill it out to fix it. So someone has to fix them pits in the pot metal or the chrome that you have to make the chrome go on nice. You just don't dip it and it comes out nice chrome. That doesn't happen. You know, there's 3 different processes, I think, on that. There's some copper, and there's some, I don't know what the other one is, but there's 3 different processes on that. And you would have to sand that copper or whatever you're going to do to get rid of those pits. So it would take time to make the chrome look good. So deleting it, I guess, is so you do not have to spend that money on that. And all the stuff that I'm doing on this car, I'm trying to delete money and at the same time customize it and look good. So that's where I'm at on most of everything. We're going to go down and take a look at this little Ford. I'm kind of excited to go take a look at it. And we'll see what happens. Me and Jolene's going for a little road trip. Jolene, you're so beautiful. Jolene lets me go look at cars. You know what I mean? It's good that I have a person in my life that is accepting and on my team to do stuff like this. And it's really good when you can be a teammate with your partner. Nowadays, it takes 2 people to make a living. It really does. One person working and trying to go somewhere, you do not go very far. One person, you do not. When you've got 2 people, you might be able to, you know, pay your rent, put a car on the road and go back and forth to work and maybe buy yourself a case of beer after the weekend. But it really does. It takes 2 people. And the younger people know that, the better off they'll be. Team up, be honest, be true, and be the best you can. And that's all I can say. That's just advice. Not been there all my life, you know. I'm learning as I go. But it's some fun playing with these old cars and minding my own business. Happy New Year, everybody. Huh? Oh, let's show the rear end. I said Happy New Year, everybody. Let's show the rear end. Jolene, sorry about that. Did we bring the computer up? Oh, she forgot to. Sorry about that. She's trying to do some things. Jolene, when someone said about the rear end, Jolene took it in her own hands. What I mean by her own hands, they're all scuffed up from 40 grit. She barked her hands up last night. I didn't bother touching her last night because I think her hands were burning. She was rubbing her hands as she was talking to me, so I said, I'll just leave her alone and not even go there because I think she decided that she wanted her rear end to look as good as the chassis. We haven't touched the chassis for a bit, but we might in the next little bit. We'll touch it, you know, go for it. But what Jolene has done, she has come in and she has spread mud on the top of the rear end. And I said, sweetheart, you're never going to see that when it goes in the car. She goes, well, you're going to see it when we take a picture of it. And so she put some mud on it, and she's knocked it off, and she just went to the ocean floor. The ocean floor is the metal. See, there's the metal right there. The ocean floor, that's the metal, and the filler sticking in all the pits. She's going to have to go over that again with an 80 grit. But she's going to get it, boys. She's going to get it. She's going to make it look. She's going to make it look good. And that was her choice. And I'm going to let her finish it, and we'll put some primer on it, and she can be proud of it when she takes a picture of it. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a good one.